Do we even need to do a Super Bowl review? Is there a point? Do we even need to talk about how good Tom Brady is? I could literally just put the GOAT video, the guy screaming.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
We could just put that in the intro and then just screw it.
Yeah, do that. Job done.
Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Here we go, episode 2. We are back. We've actually not given up episode 2. How are you doing, Jake?
Yeah, I'm all right. Post Super Bowl week.
It didn't go how a lot of people thought it was going to go, but I thought it was a great game. You know, we stayed up and we had a good call with our other friend, shout out Connor Anderson, and watched a pretty not competitive game, but I thought it was really, really entertaining. What was your thoughts on the game?
It wasn't close, and it was a blowout. To call it what it is, what it was. It was entertaining, but
I got 31 points right in my prediction. I predicted the Chiefs would win 37-31. The Bucs got 31, didn't they?
Yeah, finished 31-9 in the end, didn't it?
So I'm going to take that as half a point for me there.
Well, I said 35-31 to the Bucs, so I got the right team. One of the teams got 31 points.
And you got closer to the Chiefs then, so I guess you win on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really entertaining game. The biggest takeaway from it was the Chiefs not scoring a touchdown, which if you pick the Bucs to win, then yeah, great. It wasn't that much of a shock to pick the Bucs. No. You know, it's doubting Tom Brady is never the right thing to do, and it's been proven and get right again here. But to predict that the Chiefs wouldn't score a touchdown, you would have had to be some kind of genius to predict that.
Yeah, well, I picked the Bucs to win. I thought it'd be a bit of a shootout, it'd be a close game, but it just wasn't, and it was over before it really began.
The Chiefs not having the 2 tackles in, not having Eric Fisher to block at left tackle. Those questions coming into the game was, would they be able to keep up with the Bucs pass rush? And they just couldn't keep up with anything that the Bucs are doing on defense.
Both tackles being out is massive. Mitchell Schwartz is one of the best right tackles in the league, if not the best. Mahomes didn't have a chance. He always snapped to him, and he was having to run about and lob it anywhere
all the time. He got no time, but even when he was getting pressured, he was still trying to make.
We had the 2 plays in the fourth quarter where he's just running about and. Yeah, the diving one it could have been a touchdown. He had the one on the other side where he was like being brought down and he lobbed it up and it hit his receiver again. But at the end of the day, because he's the quarterback, people are just going to look at his stats and go, "Well, Mahomes had a rubbish game. It's his fault." When really he couldn't have done much more.
Yeah,
he was running for his life.
There was quite a few drops in the game. There was the one earlier in the first quarter, the one that Tyreek Hill had, where it's kind of a little bit of a jump ball, and again, I think it might have been tipped at the last minute by the cornerback, but the receivers didn't really have the best game. The O-line didn't have the best game, and even if you've got the best quarterback in the game, it's going to be hard for him to perform as good as he can do when the tools around him aren't really working. But I can't take anything away from the Bucs defense. They were insane. Shaq Barrett, JPP, Devin White, Antoine Winfield. I got a big up Antoine Winfield with his tease he did.
Tyreek Hill.
I remember watching the game earlier in the season where Tyreek Hill just destroyed them. He just absolutely destroyed them. I thought he was going to break the receiving yards in a game record.
Yeah.
So to see them get one back on Tyreek Hill like that was great.
Yeah, Brady won MVP, and I predicted he would, but it should have gone to one of the guys on the defense, on the defensive. It should have been Devin White. He was unbelievable.
Devin White, wow, what a player he is. He started coming really good towards the end of his rookie season, and this season, probably a top 5 linebacker in the game right now.
Well, yeah, I think off-ball linebackers are always undervalued, but I think he's just proven. If you've got someone as good as that, obviously, people just focus on edge rushers, and if you've got edge rushers, it don't matter who you've got a middle linebacker, but he's proven you can be a star there and impact the whole defense. So he was outstanding.
He was amazing. And what can we say about Tom Brady? He's
said it in the preview. There's nothing else to say. You can't add anything more. He's won more Super Bowls than any team ever. No other team's won more than 6.
I know. I can't. So Tom Brady is now more successful than the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. He is the NFL.
The Cowboys and the Packers and the 49ers. They do all of them.
He's the GOAT, and there is no point even trying to discuss now. I think now I saw something on First Take, or I think someone was talking about it, where every discussion now is hypothetical. It's, can people reach Brady? Can people?
There's no point having the discussion. There was no point having it anyway. And this doesn't now. It's not only now is he the GOAT. He already was, and there was no point having it then. There's no point having it now. There's no point having this discussion for 15 years.
At least 10 years. We kind of had the discussion as the game was winding down, talking about, can Mahomes catch him? Because what Mahomes has done in his first 3 seasons, if you talked about that, you'd be talking about a player who could potentially get there. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won an MVP. He's been to 3 championship games. So it's kind of setting up for him to potentially get to a stage where he has the opportunity to get to 7 Super Bowls. But he has now lost to the guy who has 7 Super Bowls and is 50 million years old.
Yeah, but even without losing to Brady, it's like, look at Aaron Rodgers' career after 4 years as a starter. Imagine after Aaron Rodgers won his first MVP, you'd say he's never going to another Super Bowl again. 10 years on, he's not been back. Look at Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's first 3 years.
Yeah, I've seen people
won a Super Bowl, lost to Tom Brady. And if in 2014 you said, oh, the Seahawks aren't going to go to another Super Bowl in the next 8 years, you're going to, well, no, look, Russell Wilson's fantastic. It's so hard to do it for so long. So obviously Mahomes is one of the best I've ever seen, but it's hard to keep doing it for 20 years.
The GOAT conversation is officially on hold.
It was anyway.
It was anyway, but now it's kind of just like cemented. Yeah, it's now just on hold.
But we'll have to have discussion. We'll have to have this discussion again in 12 months when he wins his 8th, and just go, yeah, he's still the greatest.
That is going to be an interesting one because he's going to come back. Gronk looks like he's going to come back.
He's just there for the ride. He's just enjoying himself.
Did you see the T-Mobile advert? Have you seen that yet?
No, I've not watched it.
Oh, you need to see that. That's great. It's like talk about how like it gets like patchy coverage and it like breaks up this meshes and it's like, oh, come to Tampa and win another one. And it's like, maybe I'll even join you. And it's like it's that easy. And it's like, maybe it is. And yeah.
It was a bit like that though. Gronk had retired and he looked like absolutely out of it 2 years ago. And it's like Brady's gone, oh, I'm going to Tampa. And Gronk's sort of a bit like, I could go and party in Florida for a bit. That sounds fun. And then he's basically created the Monstars, but in Tampa Bay. It's just a Pro Bowl roster from like 2015.
I know. It's bright. Look, LaShawn McCoy now has a ring. He didn't do anything.
Sean McCoy, Antonio Brown, Gronk.
Oh, I can't believe Antonio Brown has a ring. Oh no. He even caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Oh my God. But that is life. That is how the NFL works. That is how Tom Brady works. And yeah, what do you think the chances are of running it back next year?
They're not going to blow it up, and they're going to try and bring back as many of them as they can. Mm-hmm. And they're just going to go again. Tom Brady's not getting any younger. Bruce Arians isn't getting any younger, so they're just going to come back.
Bring everyone
Same
back.
Team.
Hopefully it works again. That defense is relatively young. You look at their pieces. Just got Devin White in the middle. He's still on his rookie deal.
Devin White, Vita Vea. He had a great game.
Murphy Bunting. The defense is only going to get better. And it's just Tom Brady never ages. Godwin is free agent.
That's a tricky one. He might not be able to bring him back, but their offense doesn't have to be star-powered like fire. Like, don't need to be like the Chiefs. If they've got that defense, it just happens that they've got both at the moment.
Chiefs next year. Think they're under a lot of pressure next year.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. Like, people are going to question if Mahomes is any good, which. I don't think he needs to prove anything to anyone, does he really? Let's be honest. But people are always going to talk about that when they've been to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. Like, what do you want him to do?
They're going to be the odds-on favourite to get back again from the AFC. Who knows? Maybe they'll even have a chip on his shoulder now. Maybe in the long term, it might help them out.
It'll be a classic case of getting to the Super Bowl and losing is worse for your legacy than not making the Super Bowl, because for some reason that matters.
Yeah, I don't like that discussion. Unless, like, if he goes back next year and has a game where he throws 4 interceptions and 1 touchdown.
But it doesn't. I don't understand people
the logic behind that.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. Would you rather?
The knock on Aaron Rodgers is the fact that he's not got back to a Super Bowl ever.
Well, exactly. He's not been to one, and there's plenty of reasons why, and it's not his fault.
People use the argument to drive whatever narrative they kind of assume. Is it better to get to a Super Bowl and lose, or to never ever get to a Super Bowl?
Well, some people seem to think it's better to just not get there.
Lots of Buffalo Bills fans on that one, because I couldn't imagine getting to 4 straight and not winning one.
That's still unbelievable to me. That
we'll have to ask Bills fans on that one. But yeah, Brady in the GOAT conversation of wider American sports. People are now talking about him. Bill, when he won 6, he has the same amount of rings as Jordan, and Jordan has always been the guy in American sports, along with
But Jordan never lost. See, back to this, Jordan never lost in the final. Tom Brady's lost 3 Super Bowls. Michael Jordan's better.
Is Brady the GOAT of American sports?
Probably. I don't know enough about baseball to know about Babe Ruth.
I was into hockey a few years ago.
Wayne Gretzky, the gap between him and anyone else, as I understand it, is bigger than any other sport.
But again, hockey's quite a small market sport in America.
If we're just talking about the 4 big sports, then it could only be Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, really, and Gretzky. I'll shout him out.
Yeah, shout out Gretzky. My personal think it comes down to now Jordan or Brady. I think sports-wise, Brady winning 7 in American football is harder than winning 6 in basketball, because we've seen people win more than 6 in basketball before.
Not to that. I know Bill Russell.
Because we're talking about winning, then Bill Russell.
I know Kareem won, but it was just because Michael Jordan won effectively 6 in a row. I know he had 2 years out, well, a year and a half, but he effectively won 6 in a row.
Yeah,
and that wasn't even his peak. His peak was probably in the late 80s when they weren't winning. So it is a tough one, but we're both LeBron James fans.
I don't die for LeBron James.
Let LeBron win a few more in LA, and then we'll come back.
Well, the thing is, even if LeBron wins a few more in LA, it's still people going to say Jordan's 6 and 6. And I'm fine with the argument that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player. Even being the greatest American sports icon, because Jordan is now a brand. Now it's people wear his shoes on his feet and they sell out instantly.
Obviously, he transcends sport, and what he did was amazing, especially in a time pre the internet what it is now. He was a global superstar. But if LeBron wins 2 more titles out, you can't just write it off. If he's both won 6,
he's lost in the finals.
So LeBron's been to, say if he does that, he's been to 12 finals. No, it don't matter then. Don't matter because he lost them. But if he's won the same amount and leads the NBA in point scoring and assists, LeBron will be second all time in assists, probably. He'll never catch Stockton.
Is anyone ever going to catch Stockton?
Probably not. His numbers are unreal, but LeBron will be top 5. But he'll beat Kareem on the points.
I reckon he'll get points.
And then assists, he'll be the top 3, top 5, at worst.
LeBron also has a huge impact off the court as well. Maybe not in the same sense as Jordan, that Jordan is more of a brand, but LeBron has a huge voice off the court for racial issues.
LeBron's a lot cleaner off the court. If you look what he's done off court, he's very much a better role model in these times.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan couldn't get away with what he used to do now. He would be absolutely lambasted.
For
going gambling and whatever, but that sort of added to his aura. The thing with Michael Jordan, because it happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he's a bit of a myth now. So everyone exaggerates everything what he did. It's as if he never missed a shot, and it's well, he did.
I think once it's all said and done, once LeBron gets a Last Dance-esque documentary,
you can do that with anyone.
Sign off on that. It's probably going to be Disney Plus or something. Once he gets a full feature one about his career,
he will at some point.
Once The Last Dance came out, it's this confirms Jordan is the GOAT. But everyone already knew all of this stuff that happened. It's history. It's just documenting it.
It was a good watch, though.
I only 4 episodes in. I don't know what it is.
No, it was really. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, I'll probably power through it at some. Back to Brady on this. Can he be the GOAT
of American sports, or is it any American sports person?
Probably any American sports person, because he's the GOAT of American football. That's done.
But Tiger Woods?
He's bigger than Tiger Woods.
Serena.
I think he's bigger than Serena.
Is he better at American football than what Serena is at tennis?
We can say like is he better at American football than Michael Phelps is at swimming, and no one's better than Michael.
No, I'm just saying if you look at what Serena Williams has won over the last 20 years.
But I think it's more you gotta take it in its like aura of what American football is, and in America, because like American football in America is bigger than tennis. I'd say. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But look at Tiger Woods. Golf's massive, and it's because of him. Like, little kids didn't want to go around playing golf until Tiger Woods was rocking up on Sundays with his red shirt.
Yeah, I think you could definitely make a case for Tiger Woods being up there in conversation.
Tiger Woods, I think, helped. I do think Serena. I think people like Serena because she's a woman, but to do what she's done is believable.
It seems from the outside that Americans, they really like the Olympics. They really like golf. And tennis is quite big, and surely Serena would be up there. But I think even the case of American football, the Olympics, and golf, I think tennis is at the bottom of the scale, and probably even below basketball as well.
Yeah, but although we've not mentioned Muhammad Ali either.
Yeah, that would be another one that would be up there, especially in the discussions. But I think Brady definitely cements the argument from the American football perspective. Then you've got the people we've talked about. You've got Serena, you've got Muhammad Ali, Tiger, Michael Phelps, and things like that. But I think Brady has definitely cemented his position from the American football side. But now we can also expand on something that has kind of re-emerged recently. It's from 2018, I believe. It is a list from Mr Colin Cowherd. And here we go. So it's the top 10 famous athletes according to Colin. And so this was from May 25th, 2018. So I'm assuming that was Brady's 6th Super Bowl win.
After they beat the Rams, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so after that, he got 6 there. And looking at this list from being from the UK, there is quite a lot wrong with this list, I would say.
Well, there's no point even looking at it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like,
which part do you think is the most ridiculous?
Having Tom Brady number 1, having Aaron Rodgers in the top 10. Like, but Tom Brady number 1
there.
Maybe you meant like literally on that day. So immediately after winning the Super Bowl, it's like who is this second the most famous? And Tom Brady.
This was in May, so it was 12:32.
He did it in May. Oh right. I was trying to come up with an excuse for him there. Is he talking in America or is he talking worldwide? If it's worldwide, it's just the most stupid thing I've ever seen.
Stupid of him not to specify, because you look at that list and you've assumed, okay, he's not said American famous athletes in America, so you assume it's going to be worldwide. And the fact that there are 4 Americans there at the start doesn't make any sense.
I can understand LeBron and Steph Curry not being that high up. Maybe LeBron, but being in the top 10. But to have Tom Brady number 1 is
silly.
I'm sorry, number 1 and number 2 are Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi.
Oh, like 100%.
Right. Tom Brady shouldn't be in the top 10. LeBron, Tiger, yeah. Steph, maybe. Probably not. Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be there. Serena, yeah. Mayweather, yeah, probably. But yeah, Roger
probably down as well.
Federer should be there. But it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get I don't get how he could sit there and think Tom Brady is the most famous athlete in the world, because that's just not.
And the thing is, he's going to double down on this, because this was after 6 Super Bowls. He's got 7 now.
I think he needs to understand the limitations of American football's global reach.
Yeah,
there's been lots of things to it. Tom Brady's got 9 million Instagram followers. That's a lot. He is famous. But Willian, who plays for Arsenal, has got 10 million. And he's like a pretty average footballer at this point.
I'd say he's probably below average.
He's gone over the edge. And it's like Cristiano Ronaldo's got the most Instagram followers out of anyone. Like, not just athletes. I couldn't
believe this list when I saw it. The fact that he's got Brady number 1 is just ridiculous to me. And you could probably even throw a few more footballers onto that list. Neymar is probably going to be up there.
Yeah, Neymar would be up. But then you talk, well, what about cricket? What about Virat Kohli? He's like the most famous man in India.
What about the guy called the leader in runs?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's doing it off active athletes, so actually don't play anymore. But obviously, Virat Kohli, 1 billion people live in India and live and breathe by every word he says and everything he does.
I don't even know who that is. So
yeah, he's extremely famous. Just have a look how many Twitter followers Virat Kohli's got.
I don't know. It's just Virat Kohli.
Virat, yeah.
He's got 40 million followers. Whoa, that's on Twitter. How much Ronaldo got on Twitter?
I'm not sure. I know he's got a couple 100 million on Instagram now.
Oh my god. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo's got 91 million Twitter followers.
Yeah, this is what it's like. Obviously, because they don't play cricket in America, they just don't see that as well. It doesn't really matter then, does it? But because American football's their thing, it's like, well, everyone cares about Tom Brady, but it's just not the case.
Yeah, I think you can definitely make the case there for all people on that list. It's LeBron could be on it, Tiger can be on it. Is Steph the second most famous basketball player?
I think then, yes. Steph changed the game, really. After Iverson, it's changed the game for like basketball's popularity. Just he's a smaller player. Because normally you see Shaq was the star, and it's like, well, I'm never going to be Shaq, am I?
Yeah.
Well, you see Steph Curry, and you go, well, yeah. So I do understand why Steph's there. 4's probably high, but
he's definitely not more famous than Cristiano Ronaldo. That's for sure.
No.
Well, no, yeah. To be fair, when I think about it, a lot of people, when you talk to them in basketball, they say, "Oh, I know Steph Curry, I know LeBron."
Yeah. People who don't like basketball, they know LeBron, they know Kevin Durant, and they know Steph Curry, and after that, they're probably struggling.
I'd say that. Yeah, so I'm fine with him being on the list. Aaron Rodgers, what? I don't understand that.
He shouldn't be.
Like, is he even the second most famous American football player?
Yeah. Currently active.
Currently active.
You got to beat Patrick Mahomes. Maybe now. Had Mahomes, was that when he won his MVP?
Yeah, so he would win it that season.
Yeah, so maybe then Rodgers was. Rodgers is a big name in America, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just the 2 NFL players shouldn't be there. You could make an argument for all the others, but American football does not have the global reach Americans think it does.
Tom Brady, number 1.
I could name another 5 tennis players who should be higher than Tom Brady. Yeah, Djokovic, Nadal, Andy Murray, even Venus Williams, Sharapova.
Was it Kournikova, the one who retired? What was her name?
Anna Kournikova. She was quite famous. There's a lot more famous tennis players than her, but yeah, she is famous.
But yeah, this list is just ridiculous.
You can tell it's from an American, can't you? Let's be real, because it's just what they see, so the rest of the world doesn't matter.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous. That is the end of the episode here for this episode 2 of the Sports Mixer. Just a little quick one today, a quick Super Bowl review and just talking about the GOAT discussion and stuff. But yeah, now Super Bowl week is coming to an end. You're going to be seeing probably more basketball content and stuff like that. Today's been a good little quick video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the Sports Mixer episode 2. You can follow us again on our socials. That would be great. We've had quite a few followers from our friends and some great support. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, if you want to follow us on our socials at the Mixer Podcast. We're also live now on Spotify, and we'll be uploading the clips to YouTube as well. Still trying to work on to get onto Apple Music, Apple Podcast. We're new to this.
Make it up as we go along.
We're making it up as we go along. We're getting there. But yeah, this has been episode 2 of the Sports Mixer. Thank you very much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one.